All right. Good morning, everyone. Thank you very much for joining on time. This is the first session for the of our 12 sessions for A1 level German. We'll try to start with English. As we progress, we will switch to German. I mean I will switch slowly to German so that you can have hearing practice also when it comes to German language. But I think it's fair that I start with English in the beginning. I hope that's fine. Uh, if there is someone in the call who thinks that I should start with German in the first session, please let me know. We can do that as well. All right. Having said that, please confirm that you can hear me and see my screen. Thumbs up. That will be necessary so that we can start. Thank you very much, Narendra. Okay, so here is the agenda. You have already seen it. Let me very quickly. In the first session, I will go through the agenda, but after that, I will request you to go through the agenda the night before because we only have 1 hour to finish. So we'll go through the German alphabets. I know many of you all know this from Duolingo or from some other app, or you just try to learn this on your own, but we'll still try to go through it. We'll talk about begrüßen, I mean greetings. Well, what do you say when you meet someone, and what do you say when you take leave from someone? So you may already know Guten Morgen, Guten Abend, Guten Nacht, but there are a few more greetings that you can use in German language. Verabschieden is what you say when you take leave from someone. Then sich und andere vorstellen, it's basically like how do you introduce yourself and the other person. And then, yeah, how to talk about yourself and about other people. The sixth one maybe we'll skip, and the seventh one, which I think is very important because I have seen people in B1 making mistakes over here. It's personal pronouns. So in English you have I, you, he, she, it. Similarly, you also have some things in German. So we'll go through that. Also, there's actually, I mean, I think pronunciation is the most important part, and after that we have Personalpronomen and then alphabet as well. Why I say pronunciation is very important, like normally I used to cover this in the eighth or ninth session, but think I should do this in the very first in itself because I will give you a homework where you have to read, and when you read, I will ask you to read like a child, very slowly, but you have to make sure that your pronunciation is very important. uh, why do I say it's very important? You can say many things in German, but if you can just say something, very few things in German, but if you say that with the correct pronunciation, the person in front will have this perception that you can speak very good German just because you can say very few things in German. Even if you can just say Guten Morgen in the correct pronunciation, it builds up confidence, and it's very good in the long way when you're learning German. So let's start. This is the agenda. Any questions, feel free to ask. Disclaimer, guys, because we have only 12 hours. The course is not meant to prepare you for any language exam because 12 hours is not enough. Normally, you need 160 hours, which we don't have right now. So, yeah, I'm not a certified German teacher. I'm just a random guy who learned German in Goethe Institute, and also I learned mostly German like on the streets, while talking to other people, my colleagues, my friends at the university. And yeah, so this course, treat this, I mean, I think it's unfair to say treat this like a random YouTube video, but if you do the homework, I'm pretty sure you will be able to learn a lot if you do the homework. Okay. So having said that, just want to say that feel free to interrupt me at any point of time. Okay, don't I know many of you may be still half awake, but feel anytime you have any question, just unmute and ask. Okay, you don't have to wait for me to say that. Okay, do you have a question? Okay, anytime interrupt me and ask a question. Let's start with the alphabets. Now, is there anyone in the call who feels like helping me here? Because either I can read or we can be interactive and you can read. So there is nothing much to teach when it comes to alphabets. What I can help you with is the pronunciation. So here I have some tricks. For example, O, it's something like English O, but for example, P is pay of payment. So anyone who feels like reading, I don't, anyone?
Yeah, Rohit. Hi,
Yeah,
Rohit. Guten Morgen. I can read.
yeah, good morning, Narendra. Please start from here. So what I expect is that you read the alphabet. So here, this one, and here is the hint how you can read it.
Yeah, sure. So I can read it. Okay. A, B, C, D, A, F, G, H, I, J, K, I, M, N, O, P, Q, R. I'm pronouncing correct. R,
Yeah, it's there are a few. Please complete, then I will point out the mistakes or points of improvement.
S. Yeah, thank you. R Z T Hu U Fau V X Epsilon Z.
Please read.
Umlaut
Please wait.
umlaut
Please wait. Read this
U
one.
umlaut and then S.
Okay.
The A. This one double S beta sign.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Narendra, please read this one as well. This alphabet, the one I'm pointing right now.
Yeah. Say.
It's so. I mean, people will not notice the difference, but there is a small hint of T in the beginning, so it's say. You
Yeah.
know, it's like in your mouth you say the, and just a hint of the comes out when you say say. Say.
Say.
Yeah, it will take
Say.
some practice, but okay. Then please read this one again.
E.
It's not E, it's L. L of elephant. L.
Ah. Okay. L. L. Yeah.
Okay. And this one.
L. Ka.
So, depends on where you
Kha.
live in Germany.
Kha.
Somebody will say ka, somebody will say ka, but there is a hint of ha. Okay. So it can be KHA
Okay.
or it can be KAR. Okay. And this is, read this one,
Okay.
please.
Yacht.
Okay, yacht, correct. Now please read this one.
Te.
Tay, right? Tay like day. Please read
Yeah.
this one.
Yeah. S.
Okay.
S.
Okay. Now, the word is S, but depending on, can you read? I mean, maybe you will know the meanings, but here you have these two words, right, in German. Can you try to read them?
Sen was.
No, no, like they are individual alphabets. So this is one word. Please only read this word.
Sen.
No, it's Zehen.
Zehen.
Okay. To be
Okay.
more
Zehen.
to be more correct, you don't say the H. You say Zehen. Okay. So
Sen.
the H is like a small pause. Okay. And read this one.
Okay. Was.
Okay, now if
Was.
you
Was.
do you notice any difference between the pronunciation of S in this word? Is there any difference first of all? Like, is S pronounced different here and is it pronounced different over here?
Yeah. Yeah. Correct.
Okay, so maybe you will tell me the difference if you already know.
No, I exactly don't know the difference, but while speaking, while reading, I found the difference, but I don't know the exact rule of it.
Okay, let's help you with that. So, I mean, if there's anyone in the call who is thinking that okay, maybe Narendra already knows, it's fine, guys. Many of you already know many things from Duolingo or from already living in Germany. So whenever S is at the beginning of a word, and whenever S is at the end of a word, there are many options, right? But these are the two common scenarios. So whenever this S is at the end of a word, how do you pronounce it as? You know this English word, right? His, right? So
Yeah.
that his, that pronunciation should come when S is at the end of a word. So there is this, you know, his. That is, if you take your two fingers and keep it just here, just where guys have Adam's apple or below or above, you'll see a very, very, very small hint of vibration, and that has to come. So that is vase. Okay, okay, and this one it's just normal S. Zayn. Okay, so there is a difference. Okay, so whenever S is at the beginning of a word, you just say it like sir. Whenever S is at the end of a word, you say it like the z. How do you would say S at the English at the end of the English word his? That z, his. Again, it's not a big deal, but what ends up happening is some people say it like this. No, that's actually how you should say it. Vase. You should not say it like that. What I mean, so you have vase, right, where you keep flowers in English. Okay, so it's not. Don't say vase. It's vase. Again, I know you may not be noting the difference, but we'll focus more on this. But just trying to help you with something, telling you that there will be changes here and there. Please read this one. It's
Yeah. Yeah. X.
not X. Read the hint, please.
X. X.
Okay, X of. Okay, this one.
Epsilon.
Epsilon. U.
Epsilon. Yeah.
Okay.
Epsilon.
Yeah.
Like I'm taking the tongues, I think, back, and then it will come correctly.
Yeah, but that you should not be, it should be like you, it should not be like upsilon, it should be like epsilon, that you should not be like too long
Epsilon.
stretched. Okay, epsilon. And then this one,
Epsilon. Seth.
set. Okay, set.
Yeah.
Yeah, how you say it, set, set, but set. So this one is
Seth.
this one you read already. Can you read one more time?
A umlaut.
Yeah.
O umlaut. And this one, the U umlaut.
Yeah, and this one,
This one is asset.
is set. Okay.
Asset.
uh, Now, but this is, I mean, this is how, why do you need to know alphabets, right? I mean, there are two reasons why you need to know alphabets. First is, of course, how do you, when you start reading something, you have to have the correct pronunciation, and that is where alphabets are important. But more importantly, where alphabets are important, if you are living in Germany, or when you will come to live in Germany, you will have to call a lot of places. Ausländerbehörde, your office, someone else's. Like wherever you call, you will have. So that, I mean, of course, you can choose to the. I mean, preferably it will be a call center, and the you will get this computer option that you can choose to speak in English or choose to speak in German. Of course, it's your choice. Uh, if you go with German, and let's say you want to change your SIM card service provider, or you want to change the data pack of your SIM card, right? Or if you call Ausländerbehörde and you want to book an appointment, wherever you do, right? They will ask for identification. They will ask for your name. They will ask for your address. They will ask for your birth date. My name is Rohit. It has only 5 words. It's only 2 syllables. Still, people ask me to spell my name so that they get it correctly. And then when you spell your name, you have to give the alphabets, right? So if I have to say Rohit, I will have to say R-O-H-I-T. Then you will have to say N-A-R-A-N-D-R-A, and the surname as well, right? This is where
Yeah.
alphabets are very important. So don't ignore alphabets. People think it's very easy, but don't ignore them. Okay, so these are very important. Now you have this a umlaut, o umlaut, o umlaut, but this is not the pronunciation, right? I mean, this is what you say. Let's say, you know, for example, where do you see this, right? So most of us, if I have to take a guess, 50% of us, where we live, the road name will have Strasse in it, right? So your name will be blah blah Strasse, right? So that is where this S set will come into picture. Now, how do you actually pronounce this? Now, I don't think it's very important for you to stress about this, even though many German teachers will run after me if I say that. If you if you really want to know how to pronounce it, is that you should think of air. English of, you have air, like air around us in the in the atmosphere. You just try to say air and don't say r. Do you want to practice, Narendra? So you say air but don't say r,
R.
but without the r should not, so air, r should not be there.
Uh, R. A.
Yeah, right. So so now this is
Yeah.
how you say air, right? You don't
Yeah.
out loud, you don't say the r. That's a.
Yeah.
This one, how do you say it? Many people, when they want to say umlaut, they say it like this: "eu." So they say a and then they add u, which is wrong, but people accept it. But what is actually correct is that you say u and then you say a, u. Okay, again,
U.
right? Yeah. So it will take some practice. So you don't say, this is wrong. E and u is wrong. It's u and then a. Okay. What about this one? I'll be honest, even sometimes, many times, I have trouble pronouncing this, like the alphabet on its own, but you will never have to do it. Like they will always be combined with something, right? It will be part of a word. If you want to pronounce this, it's O and then A. Ö. Okay? Ö. Now, I mean, the only place where I think I have to use this alphabet in my vocabulary is when I have to say L, like oil, or when I have to say clone, you know, because I live around Cologne. Okay, but what I'm saying is that don't worry too much about O umlaut. I mean, as long as you can pronounce all of these, it's fine. Like O umlaut will come, with time. You will be able to pronounce that. Any questions so far? Any questions? Feel free to ask. Otherwise, we will. So again, there are two reasons why I need to know German alphabet pronunciation. One is of course pronunciation. What is more important is that wherever you call, they will ask for identification. They will ask for your name. They will ask for your address. Then after you tell your name, they will ask you to spell the name, right? Let's say your parents are coming to Germany. You want to book health insurance for them, and you call them, and they will ask for your parents' name, and then you will have to spell your parents' name, right? They will ask you where, more details. So that is why alphabets are very important. What I want you to do is, as a homework, it's not written on the slide, please note it down, is that, from today, it's 7 right now, or 7:10. Wherever you go, you will see, whenever you are at the cross section of roads, you will see this, signs like, this is this road, this is that road. Try to, in your head, play this mental game. Try to read the alphabets. you know in German we call it, so in English we say, right, to spell something, right? You say spell, right? In German the verb is, anyone knows the verb?
Buchstabieren.
Buchstabieren, right? So please do it. I know it's a very silly game, but anywhere you go, whenever you see road, like, this is that road, this is that road, try to read the alphabets in your head. Okay. You can also, why I say like only a road, because wherever else you go, you are standing in front of toilet, if toilet is mentioned, toilet, then please read that. Wherever you read any word, try to spell it in your head. And you will say, I will not do it, I know it, I know I'll you will not know it. Only if you practice now. After 2 months you don't have to practice it ever again. Please do it right now for the next 1 or 2 months or 6 weeks, and then you should be good. Any questions, please ask. Otherwise, let's talk about greetings. So anyone feels like reading apart from Narendra? I just wanted to
Yeah.
read. Yeah, go ahead, Rishabh.
Hallo, guten Tag, guten Morgen, guten Abend, moin, ich grüße Sie, grüße dich, moin, 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 Mahlzeit, Servus,
Please read this one more time.
grüße dich,
So why are you reading? So where do you see a? It's just grus, right? So in German, don't
uh,
try to guess anything. German is a phonetic language. That means you have to read exactly the way it is written. There will be exceptions, but you never have to guess how to read something exactly the way it is written, right? So here it is grüße.
okay,
Here it is grüß. Okay.
okay,
Okay. Please read this one more time.
Mahlzeit,
Okay. Mahlzeit. Mahlzeit. Okay. Again, it's fine. This one more time.
Servus,
Sorry.
Servus,
No, servus.
okay, Servus,
Now,
Servus,
yeah. So now you don't have to know all of them. Like, you will not use all of them, but I believe, like, at least I know at least one person in this call apart from me is a consultant, and you will talk to people, interact with people in this day of home office, with people from across the country in Germany, right? So there you will have different greetings. For example, servus, I know that it is spoken in Bayern or in München, right? Uh, for example, hello, guten Tag, guten Morgen, guten Abend, it's like common everywhere. There will be more and more greetings. But for example, servus, I have never heard in NRW where I live. Okay. But I have heard this over, like, while I'm talking, interacting with colleagues who are living in Munich or somewhere else in Germany, or like down south in Germany. I may be wrong. But idea is that you will not use all of them, but you will have to know when someone says that to you. Now, why are you, many of you, we already know all of these things, right? So greetings. But what I want to say is that today, after you are done with it, try to greet everyone you see in Germany, or like in you meet in daily life. I'm not kidding. I greet almost everyone I meet in a garden. The moment there is an eye contact, I greet. I mean, like, I normally go to park in the evening, and I will say guten Abend. I will say guten Abend. The moment there is an eye contact, I will say. Now, why do I do it even after, like, living for almost 7 years in Germany? I still, because I used to do it in the beginning. I had this, and this builds up confidence. If you say simple, you will say, I want to say something more, but start with something simple, right? Start greeting everyone, so that your tongue and your vocal box gets used to saying German sounds. So now hello is obvious, hello. Guten Tag, maybe you can tell me the meanings if you know. Guten Tag, anyone?
Good day.
Good day, right? And then also it's, depending on where you live, so I told you that this alphabet A, it is A, right? And I told you it's a phonetic language. So why am I not saying Guten Tag? And why am I saying Guten Tag? There will be exceptions, so where I live in NRW, in Ruhrgebiet, people say Guten Tag, no, depending on if you live in some other city, they will say Guten Tag, okay? And some people will say Guten Tag. They will not have this t, they will just say t. So uh, please notice how people say this in your locality, and please say accordingly, okay? Then this one is obvious, Guten Morgen. Okay, again, I'm not saying Guten Morgen, I'm not saying Guten Morgen, Be- because in my locality we say Guten Morgen, okay? This one is Guten Morgen is obvious. Good morning. This one, anyone?
Good evening.
Good evening, right? Yep. Thank you very much, Rishabh. But it will be much better if people who have no knowledge of German language try to participate again. But thank you very much, Rishabh. Yeah. Anyone? I think anyone who I see Ram. Do you mind telling me what moin means?
Uh, it's morning.
It means morning, but it can also, it need not mean morning, okay? Normally it means morning, but it can, I, let's say if I meet you at 8 o'clock at night, and we are, let's say we are meeting for a coffee, or for a drink, I will say moin, you know so it like
Okay.
normally means morning, but you can use it any place, but I, make sure that I try to reciprocate what the other guy is like, there are some people who are very peculiar, like how can you say like moin at the evening, they will try to correct you. It's fine, okay? This one, Ram, what do you think it means? Any
Uh,
idea?
I greet you.
I greet you. It literally means I greet you, right? Again, I don't think you will meet many people who speak like this. Again, it depends, But I'll tell you, I like the first time I heard this one, Grustish, my supervisor during my masters, he was saying. So he said Gustish Rohit, and I was like, then I googled what does it exactly mean, because I never heard this before, and it means, even though I had done C1 before, it means I greet you, and it's kind of like, like it's very literal, and but it's very polite, If you're talking to someone, you can say ish. So ish grüße Sie. Will talk more about this. This is formal, if you're talking to, if you want to be very formal with someone, you like someone you have never spoken with before, a client for the first time. Grüß is kind of like, let's say if you're talking to me after you get to know me, or your boss if you get to know it, or your colleague. So this one, moin moin,
I guess it's the same. I never heard of it.
it's the same thing, let's say if you say moin, I will say moin moin, morning morning morning,
Okay.
something like that, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, Harita, you have raised your hand. Question, please.
Yeah, hi, I have a doubt here.
Hmm.
You said like you read like ish grows as Z.
Hmm.
You pronounced S as Z, right? Here, starting
Yeah,
letter
you are
itself.
right, you are right. Yeah, we'll cover that later, maybe. I think, yeah, you are right, you are right. There is a,
Mhm.
it's, yeah, we'll talk about that later. Yeah,
Yeah,
but thank you for
yeah,
pointing it out.
thank you.
Thank you for pointing it out. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Then you have moin moin. It's like, morning morning. While you were talking, Harita, do you mind telling me guessing what these two may mean?
No idea.
But do you want
I
to
have
pronounce them one
no
time, please? Try to read.
Yeah. Malsite.
Okay. Anyone who knows what Malsite means? Thank you, Harita.
Have a good meal.
Yeah, it means have a good meal. Yeah, but it's like, but so it normally it's a greeting. Let's say I don't think I used it in the last 3 years, ever since I ate in a canteen at the university or at the office. Malsite is a greeting you say, or you will see people greeting each other with when they are meeting each other in a cafeteria or a canteen, in an office or at a university. So you will not hear Mals. It's kind of a greeting you exchange when you are meeting, at a common place of lunch. Okay, Malsite. Having said that, I had a colleague at the university. He he was doing his PhD, and I was working as a research assistant. He used to come at 8:30 in the morning and greet the entire corridor with Malsite. So I'm saying there are no rules. Of course, there are rules. So I'm saying, but if someone says greets you with Malsite at 8 a.m. in the morning, don't look weirdly at them. It's fine. Okay. So Servus, I have no idea what it means, but apparently people use this as a greeting in Germany. Okay, Servus. And how you can respond to any of these greetings, hello, hello, guten tag, it's the same thing. Moin, you can say moin moin, or you can just say moin. So every greeting can be replaced with the same, it can be reciprocated with the same greeting. Okay, any questions or any more greetings that that you think is important in Germany to know? Okay, if you don't know this, homework for you, please, any person you meet, do not say hello. Hello is the easiest thing you can say. Try to say one of these. Guten Tag, Guten Morgen, Guten Abend. Depending on where you meet someone, say this. Moin, moin, moin. Don't go with this if with your boss. Maybe if you're meeting your boss for the first time, or someone you think you don't know very well, because I may be wrong, but I think moin is very casual. So you can say guten tag, and you can combine all of these, right? You can say hello, guten tag, hello, guten abend. You can say hello, ich grüße Sie, hello. You can combine all of these. Okay, any questions? So homework, please greet every person you meet. Okay, some people may not respond, they will look at weird, why are you greeting me, but you're just practicing your German. Let's talk about greetings. That so verabschieden is actually a verb. It means to take leave. But what I mean with this slide is that greetings that you can use when you are taking leave from someone, towards the end of a call. So anyone who wants to read, Narendra, do you want to read?
Yeah,
Okay.
Manish, go
Yeah,
ahead.
sure.
Sorry, Narendra. Manish wanted to read. I just want to make sure that everybody gets a chance to read. Yeah, Manish, go ahead.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Tschüss, ciao, auf Wiedersehen, auf Wiederhören, gute Nacht, bis später, bis bald, bis gleich, bis nachher, bis dann, bis morgen, bis Montag, bis Dienstag.
Please read these two one more time.
Auf, auf Wiedersehen, auf Wiederhören,
Okay, please read this one.
bis nachher.
Okay, so I mean, maybe do they say it like that in your city? Like normally in Norway, they say the entire word. They say bis nachher. Okay.
Nachher.
Yeah. And this one, please read.
Bis morgen, bis Montag, bis Dienstag.
Okay. Tschüss, it's Italian, I believe, right? No. It's German. Sorry, Tschüss is German, so it means bye. Is there an S missing? I'm not sure. Okay. Ciao is Italian, but people use it. Uh, I can't remember the last time I said tschüss to someone, apart from when I was giving a German exam. I normally end up saying ciao, even to my colleagues. Okay. So even though ciao, I think it's Italian, I'm not sure. I think but people in Germany, people use it, right? So they both mean bye. That's what I know. Auf Wiedersehen, auf Wiederhören, anyone? Manish? Yeah,
O-
narrator.
Off Wiedersehen when you're in person saying people to buy or see you next time, or off Wiederhorn means if you're not seeing the person and saying in the call.
Yeah, right. So Vida means like, Vida is uh, again, see you again, hear from you again. Okay. So auf
Yeah.
Wiedersehen, auf Wiederhören. Uh, this one, I think it's obvious, right? Gute Nacht. Okay. Now, some of you may be wondering, let's say, I don't know, maybe if you're not wondering or not, but you have this Guten Tag, Guten Morgen, Guten Abend, N, right? And suddenly for, so day, morning, evening, you have N. And for Nacht, you don't have the N, right? So this is actually a very long sentence. Let me again, you can try to zone out when I'm talking about this, because this is B1 level stuff, or like higher A2 level stuff. But I just still want to tell you, right? So you have, in English you say, right, I wish, if you say good morning, you actually want to say I wish you a good morning, right? So in German you will say ich wünsche dir, or ihnen, or whatever, einen Guten Tag. So you're saying, just if you can pay attention, I wish you a good day. Now, good here is an adjective. An adjective will have an ending in German. So there is we have a separate chapter for adjective endings, and the adjective ending will change on two things. It will change, in what first of all, what kind of a noun you have. So in German, we'll talk about this. You have, English, you have like masculine and feminine. In German, you have masculine, feminine, neutral. So it depends on that. And Tag happens to be, Tag, Morgen, Abend, they happen to be not feminine, right? So, and that's also one more reason for adjective ending is in what state it is, right? In German, we have this uh, nominative, accusative, dative, genitive cases. Uh, it's fine if you don't know what I'm saying, but just want to tell you that there is a reason why it is gute Nacht and not guten Nacht. Okay, there is a reason. So if I put Nacht over here, Nacht happens to be feminine, and for in here you don't need the ending and you only need the ending a, because and the adjective is gut. Okay, and if you remove all of this, so you don't say, right, I wish you a good morning, just say good morning. So that's how it is gute Nacht. Uh, just want to give you some teaser what you may learn in higher levels. So, okay. This one, anyone feels like that? Narendra, you want to help me in finding the meaning?
Yes. Bis später. See you later.
See you later. Next one.
Bis bald. See you soon.
Next one.
Bis gleich. See you soon. Something like that. I exactly don't remember that.
Please read one more time. One more time the phrase.
Bis gleich.
Not gleich. Gleich. Sure.
Okay. Bis gleich.
Yeah, gleich. Okay. So
Yeah.
gleich, the word gleich may have many meanings, right? If you want to say 2 plus 2 is 4, you will say 2 plus 2 gleich 4. There it means something else. If you want to say same, you will say also gleich. Here, bis gleich means something else, here. So the word bis means till, okay? The word means bis literally means till or to. Now the difference again, it's very, people will say why, many people will say why are you wasting time over it? But it's very important. Bis gleich is sooner than bis bald. That's all you have to remember. Okay. So if you say bis, let's say Narendra, you and I are talking on the phone and we are saying, okay, we'll meet, but we are not fixing a time. We'll say, okay, bis bald. See you soon. Bis gleich will be something. Let's say Narendra is coming to my place for dinner or lunch, and then he says, and I call Narendra, where are you? And he's like, I just got down, from the bus. I'll say, okay, bis gleich, because I know I'm going to meet him for sure. So bis gleich is bis bald, but with certain amount of surety. Is it clear what bis gleich is? Another example is, let's say, you are going in Germany. If you are, at least once you will go for hike. After that you may go for the second time, depending on how what your legs say. uh, so let's say, you and I are walking, and suddenly you have to attend nature's call, right? So you will just say, Rohit, you continue, and I will just come, and I will know what you mean, and I'll say, okay, bis gleich. you know or let's say I'm talking, and suddenly my someone rings my doorbell, right? Of course I have to go and see who is there. So I will say, guys, give me a minute, bis gleich. So bis gleich is bis bald with surety, and it's sooner than bis bald. Any questions with difference between bis bald and bis gleich? you know okay. Let's say you're talking to your boss, and and the boss has to grab a coffee. He'll say, hey, give me eine Minute, ich muss Kaffee holen. And you'll say, alles klar, bis gleich, bis gleich. So let's talk about bis nachher and bis dann. Meaning, Narendra, please.
Bis nachher. I don't know the meaning of this.
Uh, okay, next one, please.
Uh, no, that is also don't know.
So bis dann is obvious. Anyone who knows the meaning?
Bis done means until then.
Yeah,
Till
until
then.
then or till then, right? So bis nachher, maybe Rishabh.
No, sir. I don't.
Okay, no problem. Anyone else knows nachher, or any idea, any guess? Any guess? Okay.
See you next
See you
time.
next
Namaskar.
next time.
Not so nachher literally means afterwards, afterwards. Now, it's good to know nachher means afterwards, but let me give you an example, right? Let's say you and I don't can't, did not notice who gave the answer, but let's say Manish and I, we work in the same office, and every day we go for lunch together, right? And then I tell him, Narendra, but someday I sometimes I just bother him. I'm getting bored. Let's get a coffee. And then I tell Manish, hey Manish, I'm getting bored. Do you want to hang in the cafeteria? And he says that, Rohit, I just have a meeting for half an hour, and after that we can do, after that we can grab coffee. I will say, bis nak here, you know. Now, because there is some understanding, why I say bis nak here. So I know that Manish has a meeting, and Manish also knows why I'm saying bis nak here. I'm not why am I not saying bis gleich or bis bald? See you afterwards, right? Attend your meeting, and we'll meet afterwards. Okay. Again, I could have said bis gleich. It's still the same, but I just want to be more precise. So when someone says bis nachher, understand that they are talking that there is going to be some event happening between when they are going to meet you and when they are saying bis nachher. So there's going to be some precise event. Okay. So see you afterwards. Okay. Uh, is it clear
Uh,
what I'm? Yeah. Go ahead.
excuse me. Oh, one
Uh,
minute.
so yeah, Ram, go ahead. Sorry.
Uh, so, uh, so for Bispater and Bisbal, sorry, Bisnacker,
Hmm.
how do you differentiate?
Bishpeta is like, let's say, just joking, right? Now, like, let's say, Ram, you and I, we were school friends, and suddenly I have decided to get to know you again, and I'm pushing you to meet you, right? But you have no interest in meeting me, right? Again, this is a very weird example. You'll say, yeah, yeah, see you then, right? Sorry, see you later,
Okay, got it.
like later means nothing, right? When, right? So, but again, later also can mean, see, again, I could have said Bishpeta over here as well, with example of, with Sahu, Manish about the meeting, right? Let's get
Yeah, that's why I got it out.
it's the same, but again, uh, so Bishpeta, there is, if I say Bis Nakher, if you say Bis Nakher without any context, I will say, what does he mean by Bis Nakher? He did not say he has any meeting, right? So when you say Bis Nakher, you have
Okay.
expected that you provide some context, like, after what,
Okay.
after what. Okay. So understand, clear?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Yeah, Narendra, you had a question.
It's like business here. It's like I have some work, and once that is done, I will be meet you. It's
Yeah,
like that.
yeah,
No?
yeah, yeah. But it can be, so you are absolutely right, but I just want to provide more context. So whenever you say
Yeah.
Bis Nakher, expect that there is an understanding of some event happening between the point that when Miss Nakher was spoken and when you are going to meet someone, okay?
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you also said there's an element of uncertainty in the best better.
Yeah,
Uh,
Bishpeta is like see you later, like when,
yeah, exactly. So
and
there's an element of uncertainty. You don't know when you're gonna meet.
yeah,
Or
yeah, yeah.
like
But having said all of that, bis dan means till then. Bis morgen, it's obvious, right? Till morning. So more, morning, Monday, Tuesday, and go so on. There's these greetings. You don't have to use all of them, right? Uh, but what I am saying is that if you start, like saying using different kinds of greetings, only then you will be able to use different kinds of verbs, because German, it's a very simple language to learn, but you will have to learn a lot of things, so you can say the same things in a variety of ways, right? And that is where the beauty of German language is, it comes into picture. So there are so many greetings, but you can use all of them, right? You can actually say, like, till 3 p.m. You can just say bis 3 Uhr. Okay. Any questions? Any more questions? Thank you, Rishabh, for the explanation. Any more questions? Okay. Again, request to you, try to use different greetings, and quite often you will see that ciao will be used all the time. Okay. So auf Wiederhören, ciao, auf Wiedersehen, ciao, bis gleich, ciao, bis dann, ciao, bis Montag, ciao. So you will see, ciao will be used at the end, and greetings are a very important part of German life, as far as my experience goes. So try to greet appropriately. Okay. let's continue. Uh, I will try to skip this slide because question. Yeah, question. Please ask. Yes, Prabhu, you have raised your hand. Okay, feel free to unmute and ask. Uh, you know, now as I said, right? So you have.
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, the next slide which you shown, last one. What was the last one? Bis Dan.
Bistan till then.
Oh, okay.
I am till then. Again, it can mean,
Mm,
Bistan need not
mm,
have context, right? So till then can also
mm,
mean like, uh, we are, let's say I call you, hey, like it's Monday, what are your plans for Friday? And I will say, yeah, no plans, we can go for a coffee or we can go for a movie. I'll say, yeah, yeah, and then you'll say when. I'll say 7 p.m., and then he'll say, yeah, done. And then till then, there is a context, like then means what? Then means Friday 7 p.m. It can not have any meaning, you know let's say you and I are
okay.
close friends and we are talking, and then at the end I'll say, yeah, till then, see you, Bistan.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it just be followed by the another context word.
It need not be, but bisnak here definitely needs a context. Okay, again,
Mm,
in A1 when you go for exam, it's not that important and just go for the easier ones, auf Wiedersehen, auf
mm,
Wiederhören, gute Nacht. Don't try to.
mm.
Bis gleich I did not learn in German classroom. I learned bis gleich when I was here in Germany. Okay, I did not learn bis gleich in a classroom. Okay, yeah. More questions?
Okay. Thank you.
Most welcome. So I think we have 15 minutes left. Towards the end of the call, please check in the group. I will post one more link. Today we will extend the session. Uh, like I'll post one because I have this free account of Google and I cannot have meeting more than 1 hour. So I will have to end this meeting and invite you for one more meeting. Today, only for today, we'll have one more session, and it will not be. We'll just continue for half an hour. So when this call ends, I will in the group I will post one more link, and then please join using that link as well. Okay. So we'll continue with the next meeting. Uh, again, before I continue, what I want you to say is that I was talking about this, Guten Tag, Guten Morgen, Guten Abend, right? And you already know many of these things by Duolingo. And then here it's not Guten Nacht, it's Guten Nacht, right? And you did not even bother to ask many of you or some of you, why is it like that, right? Or maybe you asked, right? But it's not important in the beginning to know exactly why something is like that. What is important in the beginning is that you start saying German sounds. You start making sure that German sounds come out of your vocal box and your tongue gets used to it. Okay. So what I want you to do is that uh, whenever you see something, try to pronounce it. Okay, or try to read it. Okay. Let's talk about this. Actually, we'll skip this part for today. We'll continue with something more important, that is Personalpronomen. These are personal pronouns. So in English you have he, she, it. In German it's a little bit more sophisticated than that. Anyone who wants to read? Yes, Prabhu, do you want to read? So I want you to read
Yes, yes,
this
yeah,
column.
sure.
Yeah, please.
Ish, ish, do, er, yes, sie, aus, sie and sie, wir, ihr, sie.
Okay, so you saw Z like almost 4 times. Okay,
Hmm.
and you also saw this one where I have highlighted and the S is capital. It is for a reason.
Yeah.
And then
Hmm.
you saw this one, right? And
Yeah,
many
wir.
people will say wir, but
Hmm.
depends on where you live in Germany. In NRW or in Hochdeutsch, it's via. You just say, you
Yeah,
don't even say the R part, you just say via. Okay,
yeah,
and ia. Okay,
yeah,
okay. So the meanings are obvious. Ish means I, er means he, s means it, Z means she. Okay, Harita, I remember your question. We'll talk about this later. Okay, why am I doing this right now? Why am I saying Z and not C? So we'll talk about that. But for now, just accept that it is Z. Okay, so ish means I, er, s, Z. Many of you all know this. But what I want to focus right now is, so do is also obvious. Do means you, right? But then I also have you over here, and I also have you over here, right? So, so you can mean many things. The first meaning of you is like you. Let's say you're talking to one person. Let's say I'm talking to Narendra, and because Narendra is a, let's say, dear friend of mine, I don't have to be formal with him. You know, uh, so I can be informal with him. So I will say do. Let's say Narendra is my boss, or let's say Narendra is going to be my future boss, and I'm meeting him for the first time. I will not go with informal you. I will go with formal you, and that will be Z. Okay, now you will say, what is the difference between this C and this C? When you speak, there is no difference. But when you write, there will be a difference. The verb will be conjugated differently. There will be different. So this will be Z. It's a pronoun that I will use for him. But quite, the moment uh, let's say, many of you all know this, right? The moment you talk to a German and you refer to them as Z, they will say it's fine. We can be, you can call me du. Sie können mich duzen, Sie müssen mich nicht sitzen. Okay, so but it is expected, or what I learned is that when you meet for someone for the first time, doesn't matter someone older than you, younger than you, or at the same age, go with Z. Only when they offer, then you go with do. Okay, you don't have to. Let's say if I meet someone in the gym, I will not go with Z, I will go with do. Because in the gym, that's expected. I mean, that's fine, but I'm not expected, but that's fine. So now, so as I said, why I have highlighted this is that, in English you have this alphabet I, right? And by I you mean I, and you address yourself. Doesn't matter where it is in the sentence, I always has to be capital. Yes. Similarly, this Z, the S of Z, when you mean you and you are being formal, has to be capital. Doesn't matter where it is in the sentence. We know that after a full stop, the first word, the first alphabet has to be capital. That is one rule in English, also in German. Apart from that, in English we know that I always has to be capital. You cannot write I small. Similarly, whenever you have this Z, meaning you formal, S has to be capital. Okay. The other, I have not capitalized the first alphabet. They will not be capital unless and until they are the first word of the sentence. Okay. Unless and until the sentence starts with the word. Otherwise, you don't need to capitalize the first alphabet. Now let's talk about. So here I have written do, you, informal singular, and then I have here. So now your question obvious will be, what is plural? So you told me that you formal will be Z. Then what is you? So there are two factors, right? You have informal singular. What will be the you for informal but plural? And that is ia. Okay, ia. Then you have you formal singular or plural. You can go with Z. Okay, whether you are referring to one person, two person, or more than one person, as long as you are being formal and there is a direct conversation happening, you can go with Z. Okay, so air s z, it's fine. He, it, she. Now your question will be, how do you say plural, right? They. For that you have also Z. Again, the alphabet, the sound is still the same, but eh, please remember this, there will be a difference. Okay, so Z. Okay, now you may be wondering, right? So you have had this formal informal, but this formal informal game is only there when it's about second party. You, as long as it's about you or third party, this formal informal stuff is not there. Again, ish, I, we, via, formal informal, like there is no, that it's not there, this thing. And then you talk about third party, he, she, it, er, z, s, and they is z. Only when it comes to second party, you have this formal informal stuff. Okay, please try to memorize this table. If tomorrow, I call this the 4 a.m. test. If tomorrow I come to your house at 4 a.m. in the morning and you are fast asleep, or like in REM sleep, I go to the kitchen, I take some ice from your, or nowadays I can take ice from the road as well, given the Germany's weather. And I pour it in some cold water and I mix it so that there is no ice cube left in the glass, and I just throw it on your face. Of course you will wake up, give me a tight slap. It's not nice. First of all, I entered in your house and then threw cold water on your face. But after you have slapped me, I want you to give me this table. I will pick you up and you have to tell me, ich, du, er, es, sie, wir, ihr, sie. You have to remember this table, okay? In German books, this will be written differently. So they will write this z and this z together, and they will write r s z together. It's fine. Just remember this table, okay? So mug up this table, and this column I don't think we need to cover. This is just providing more information. Any questions? Yeah, please ask.
Yeah. So in this Z, which three Z's we have, and with the first S needs to be pronounced with the English letter is Z or TS.
Uh,
C,
so
TS.
it's Z. How would you say the alphabet Z, right? Z. Sometimes people say
Yeah.
Z. Just say Z.
Mm.
ZTV. Z.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Z.
Okay.
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 But don't like sometimes I overdo it. Just say Z.
Mm.
Okay. Z. That's it. Z.
Z. Okay.
Z. More questions? Okay. Let's continue. Let's talk about pronunciation. Okay, so again, pronunciation is a very big topic. You can keep learning it. I'm trying to focus on some word combinations which are important, if you ask me, right now. So you see some combinations over, right? You say a and e, then e and a and u, and you will see this word combinations inside word, or at the beginning of a word, at the end of a word, and this will give you how, and the pronunciation is a little bit tricky, so you have to learn that right away. So yeah, as Prabhu, so please help me. So ae, whenever you see ae, it's I.
Mm.
Okay, so please
Yeah.
pronounce these four words for me. Notice.
I.
So notice where this combination is there and be careful. Yeah.
Okay. I. E.
No, no,
Ow.
no, 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 no. Here,
Mm.
this one.
I. Okay. I. Eins. Eingang. Arbeit.
Okay, meanings, if you know what they mean.
I means egg.
Yeah,
Eins means number one, and Eingang means entrance.
yeah.
Arbeit means to work.
Okay, then you can continue this one as well. The combination E and A is E. Okay, so it's E.
Mm.
Please read.
Okay. Dive.
No, come on. Here's the hint. Check.
Deep. Deep.
Yeah,
Deep. Feel. Feel. And Zeben.
meaning.
I am first one. I'm not sure, and the second one is like very, and third one is number seven.
Okay, let's say if I come to your house, instead of throwing cold water on your face tomorrow morning, before I am about to throw cold water on your face, I notice that there is iPhone, latest version of iPhone lying on your night table, and I decide to
Mm.
take that phone away and leave. What am I?
Uh,
I take that. Sorry, I
thief.
took your phone away and left. What noun will you use for me?
Uh, it's thief.
Theft.
Yeah, thief. Thief. So thief means thief.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you very much, S. Prabhu.
Thank you.
Indra, do you want to help me here?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Bow.
one second. So are you is like ow of cow or now. Ow. Please read.
Ow. Bow. Grow. Blow. Sow.
Meaning.
Uh, I only know the grow, I think.
Yeah. Meaning.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Whatever you know.
and I
Please
don't know
tell.
the others. I don't know the meaning.
Okay. What is growl then? What do you know?
It's called yes.
Yes. No. Right.
Also.
Growl means gray. It's a color, right?
Okay. Yes. Sorry.
Yeah.
Grow means gray. Blow means blue.
Yeah.
And show means don't know.
Yeah. Even I am thinking, why did I add this over here? But what is the first one?
Bow. It's called bowl or something.
No. So let's say if you have a civil engineering friend, where do you think you will find him normally in his normal day-to-day life? Where will you find him? Where will he be working?
Building architecture,
Yeah. So what is that site called? Where something is being built.
construction site.
Construction. So Bau means construction.
Construction.
Bau project, construction project. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Please continue reading, Narendra. So here now you have AU. Okay, there is a difference. It's OI. Okay. So OI of boy or
Oi.
girl. Yeah.
Euro,
Yeah.
Europe, new, true.
No. OI. Wait.
I'm pronouncing correct.
No. No. OI. OI. Oiro.
Euro,
Yeah.
Europe,
No.
Europe or Europe. It's the
English, right? Europa.
yeah. Europa,
No, not Europa.
Europa,
Not Europa. Europa. Oi.
Europa, new,
No, not new. Oi.
oi. Okay.
So I'm oi is
Noi,
the hint. So it's noi. Yeah.
noi, Troy.
Yeah. So please read one more
Um,
time just for my peace of mind. Yeah.
yeah. Uh, Euro, Europa, noi, Troy.
Okay. This call will end. Thank you very much. Please, I'll post the link in. Give me a minute, and then please join that. I will wait for all
Yeah.
of you to join, and then we'll see you there. This call will end. I
Okay.
will end this call. I will send the link for the next meeting. Okay.